That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we are live in the alley with Billy Trzynski and Josh Savali. Let's go, Buffalo! Sunday afternoon in the alley. Girls, boys, and bills at Downtown Brew. Ballet. Prognostications and various jokes. Your beer, we're so glad you're alive in the alley,
folks. Billy, do I have my beard on right?
Your beard is on right, Santa.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome to Live
in the alley.
Santa, it's good to see you again. The last time we saw you, it was -4 degrees outside, and we were inside.
I remember that.
Yeah.
The only show inside.
Ever. And it was warranted, because it was horrible.
I'm done with this already.
You done now?
Yep.
Yeah. You look much better. Hello.
Look
Josh,
at me.
wait a second. When did you get here?
Josh, one more time for me.
One more, yeah, I got to put it down for the photo op. It's like the red carpet and the red and green carpet, because it's Christmas.
Look at that mustache. That's pretty cool.
It's crooked as hell.
Well, it's my first time having a mustache. It's my... Have you ever grown a mustache?
Yeah.
Well, was it crooked the first time?
No. I have 20/20 vision. About 20/40.
I'm crooked.
Hey, remember that time when the Bills beat the Cowboys by a lot?
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Last week, for those who don't know, they stampeded.
Not bad.
All over the Cowboys. 228 rushing yards, 179 by James Cook himself, who was just great.
He was the man.
All game long. Offensive line was great all game long. Joe Siri's in the house, so it's a Merry Christmas. Hi, Joe!
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah!
OMG.
Oh, who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? Not only did the offense perform, that was great.
Oh wait, I want to get my joke
out of the way. Yeah,
it's a one-word joke.
Yep.
Chargers. They're a freaking joke.
I hope that doesn't bite you in the ass.
I know I shouldn't be doing that. My bad. Maybe we'll see.
But look, back to last week before we get to this week and jinxing them.
I didn't want to forget the joke.
That's yeah. You're pretty good at that. Not only was the offense ultra productive and kept the 0 turnovers, kept the ball moving all game long, they pulled the starters with 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, yeah, screw you.
There was an Allen playing quarterback, but it wasn't Joshy.
No. 7 of 15 for a touchdown. That's
day.
And you win by 21 free touchdowns.
Who would have thunk?
I wouldn't have.
I'd call you a liar if I didn't see it with my own eyes.
I'd call you a liar if you'd have told me before the game that the Bills' defense, as much as the running game, would
awesome.
Steal the show.
Are you kidding me?
Dallas was averaging in a 7-game span 40 points a game.
And they got
a touchdown in garbage time last week.
They ended up with 10.
Yeah, and
it should have been 3.
A field goal early in the game, a garbage time touchdown, and it was a rushing touchdown. They held Dak Prescott to 134 yards passing and an interception. I mean, the guy was, at the point, the leading MVP front runner. Mm-hmm. And after that game, you're kind of like, that guy was going to be the MVP? I mean, the Bills' defense, without player X, Y, Z, J, 4, and Batman symbol, just showed out. Batman?
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. It was great to see the Bills' defense, like, really not be a problem at all in the game. They were great.
Yeah, pretty much they haven't been a problem all year. They've been pretty good.
Right. Late game, you can be picky about it if you wanted to. But yes, we haven't been blown out. But against the top one of the 2 top offenses in the NFL,
we kicked their butts.
And a shout out to Micah Parsons. He's just like Santa Claus. We don't even know if he's real anymore. Bills held Micah Parsons to 2 assisted tackles the entire game. No QB rushes, no sacks, no tackles for losses, no turnovers, no nothing. The best defensive player in the game the Bills made invisible. Good on them. I mean, it was awesome.
I heard they didn't even block him.
They did not. That was an interesting way to put it. The Bills specifically ran at certain linebackers of the Cowboys and just ran away. They ran away from Micah Parsons, kept him out of the game.
Not bad.
Oh, you mean that the offensive coordinator, who this was his Jets, Eagles, his fourth game calling the plays, had a good game plan, a great game plan. And the Bills performed.
And they kept going.
Yep.
So.
And the Bills had to, you got to execute, and they did. Brilliantly.
They let him cook.
Yep. In the rain, no less. In a home game, late in the
Wasn't
season.
that bad?
Not as bad as the Philly game, I
Jerry
think.
Jones said that's what he blamed the loss on.
The weather?
Yeah.
Well, whether or not he said it, he's wrong. I don't know.
It rained for like a half, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't like the Philly game where it was raining consistently.
Yeah, it rained the second half when they were down 28 to 3.
Did they show Jerry Jones on TV at all? They always show that guy no matter. It could be like the Special Olympics, and there's Jerry Jones.
I heard they didn't.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing. They always show that guy, and they didn't. Well, once the Bills started blowing him out, they were like, "Ugh, we better not."
My dad's favorite part, but they didn't have to see him.
Oh, really? Taylor Swift was there. What?
Whoa.
Whoa. I hope they don't come over here. Don't tear down the tent. Wow.
Man, it's getting fun out here. We are live in the alley, and it's getting crazy.
Woo! Sorry, this is just. What is going on?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Dave's in the bubble. He's fine.
Yeah, he's protected. He's totally protected. That plastic bubble will do it. So anyway, the Bills look great. Real quick, before the season, pre-Jets demise, sorry, Jimmer, but if you would have told me that in that 4-game stretch of the Jets, the Eagles, the bye week, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, that especially the way the season went up to this point, that we walk out of that at 3-1 is pretty impressive. And I know the Jets, notwithstanding, aren't what they were supposed to be, and they've had, key injuries to some guys we never heard of.
Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
Yeah, okay.
What a dork.
But either way, the fact that they went 3-1 in those 4 games is, I think, incredible.
Yeah.
And Dallas is a really good team in the NFC. KC's KC. They're not a piece of junk. The Philly game was understandably great, and you lost. Okay.
Dallas got out-coached.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, the Bills had a better...
They would not. Oh, they're going to run it again.
I think they quit.
Keep going.
I think the Dallas the front 7 of Dallas in that game quit.
I would too.
They were getting manhandled all game long. Deion Dawkins pancaked the guy 20 yards down the field.
That was awesome.
Him and James Cook got the co-angry run of the week. That was great. And my T-shirt should be here before Todd's, so I feel even better about it.
So is that going to be before Christmas?
I overnighted it. Anyway.
No, it should be here tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Festivus. Miracle. So, great. Now, the Bills go on the road. By the way, the only time the Bills will play in a dome this season.
Well, until the Super Bowl.
The only time the Bills will play a game in a dome before the Super Bowl is today.
I don't know where the Super Bowl is.
Vegas.
That sounds like a dome.
It is a dome. Yeah, very good. Santa, you're on it.
I was right.
You should know.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.
Did you watch A Christmas Story yet? Do you watch it every year or no?
I watch it on Christmas.
On Christmas?
Yeah, it was just on.
I watched Home Alone last night for about the 5th time in the last 3 weeks.
I watched a little of that, too.
I love it. I love it. We'll get into the best and the worst of the Christmas films here shortly. But speaking of the best of the worst or the worst of the best, none of that makes sense. What was your joke again?
Charges.
Let's talk about
Charges.
with
Jives.
with
Jimmy!
Watch it. Go ahead.
We're good.
Okay. I'm going to make this one cigarette last the whole show.
All right. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, Jim. Ho, 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 indeed.
Ready to talk some Chargers?
If you are.
All right. If you watched the Chargers last game, previous Thursday versus the Raiders.
Oh, my goodness.
What happened?
Second biggest blowout of the season. Chargers lost 63-21. Game wasn't even that close. Chargers offense fumbled the ball away in their own territory on their second and third possessions of the game. That contributed to a Raiders 21-0 lead after the first quarter, 42-0 at the half. Final play of the third quarter saw Las Vegas' defense return a fumble for a touchdown to make the score 56-7. 29 seconds of game time later, on the second play of the fourth quarter, Raiders D struck again with an interception for a touchdown.
Which was awesome. It was a great, in a game of like a blowout, there was a great play. What he like the interception. He
Oh,
did
yeah, it
like
was just
that-
like a one-handed grab.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Chargers did add 2 touchdowns in garbage time in the fourth quarter, final 63-21. In total, the Chargers turned the ball over 5 times in the game. That was 4 fumbles and 1 interception. Raiders capitalized with touchdowns after every Charger turnover. Chargers D allowed Raiders rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell to throw for 4 first-half touchdowns. Most points ever given up by the Chargers, most points ever scored by the Raiders.
Oh, wow. And they've been around since the 60s.
Right.
60.
Yeah.
Holy.
2 original AFL teams.
Yep.
Now keep in
Al
mind,
Davis.
yep. Keep in mind that the Raiders previous week shut out in a 3-0 loss to the Vikings.
Do you have the stat?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
because this is awesome.
The 42-zip Raiders lead at the half is the most points scored by a team in the first half of a game after being shut out the previous week, beating the previous record set by a perennial favorite of the show, the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets.
Yes! No way! That's a Christmas
I think
miracle.
they should be called the Frankfurters.
We talked about this weeks ago.
I remember. I was here.
Well, do you remember this? Because on October 8th, 1927,
Do you?
the Yellow Jackets were shut out in a 0-0 tie versus the Dayton Triangles.
Wait, all right.
Look it up. Dayton Triangles.
That has top bidding for best team name of the year. Dayton Triangles.
The Yellow Jackets then erupted
They
for
were isosceles, not right triangles. Isosceles.
They then erupted for 34 points in the first half in a 54-0 win over the Buffalo Bisons the following week.
Well, that's because they play baseball.
Look at it that way. 54 runs, man.
I didn't know what they were doing.
All right, anyways, back to the Chargers.
Okay.
Halftime to the game versus the
goodness.
Raiders, Amazon Prime analyst Richard Sherman openly calling for the firing of Chargers head coach Brandon Staley. Chargers management didn't wait too long as not only Staley, but also GM Tom Telesco were fired less than 12 hours after the game was over.
Question.
Possible answer?
If they would have fired Staley at halftime, would that have been funnier than Vontae Davis quitting on the Bills at halftime?
It'd be
Triangle. Maybe.
pretty close.
It's like Lane Kiffin getting left on the tarmac.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
It was awesome. I mean, you know what I mean? Like if that legitimately happened at halftime. Hey, you're
Well, the
done.
Bills player took it over his own volition to quit.
Correct.
Where Staley was fired.
And it'd be funnier if he got fired at halftime. Anyway.
Anywho.
Anyway, Staley made his name after one season as the Rams defensive coordinator. When others watched, the Rams had the #1 defense in the league for the 2020 season. Chargers hired him for the head coaching position in 21, where he guided the Chargers to a 9-8 record. Last year, 10-7, and a playoff appearance. But that was probably the turning point for Staley.
The game?
Child's wildcard game against Jacksonville, where the Chargers had a 27-0 lead, allowed the Jaguars to come back and win the game 31-30, the third largest comeback in NFL playoff history.
Yikes.
After 2 winning seasons and a playoff berth last year, expectations were high for the Chargers this season.
Sure.
Start off 2 losses versus Miami and Tennessee, but that was by a combined 5 points of those 2 losses.
Oh, yeah, they lost to Miami like 36-34. It was
Yeah.
good. It was a shootout thriller, if you will.
They won 4 of their next 6 to even their record at 4-4. All downhill from there. They've lost 5 of their last 6. Only win during that stretch was a barn burner, a 6-0 win against New England. And it culminated with the game last week, 63-21, sealing Staley's fate. Now, Telesco, he was let go at GM after 11 seasons with only 3 playoff appearances.
11 seasons. So if you go, I mean, he was there the Rivers years. I mean, he's been around for a while.
Oh, yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Jimmer, I don't think you should use the term barn burner
Why is that?
because people burn barns around here.
I don't know if they do in
And
Los Angeles.
I take offense to it.
Do they burn fences?
I don't know.
I think they burn fences, too.
Yeah.
Don't burn your fences. Don't burn your bridges.
You didn't say fence burner.
I will next time. How's that?
Now you're burning bridges.
Don't burn your bottom going through them chimneys there, Santa. All right. Sorry, Jim.
That's all right. Taking over for Staley and Telesco is Giff Smith at head coach and JoJo Wooden as
Wait,
GM.
These are the best names. Isn't Giff Smith like the linebackers coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Giff like Gifford.
Oh,
No,
I
no.
thought you said gift.
No,
Oh.
no.
No,
And
and
you know
not
a
what?
present.
We're keeping in the holiday spirit, but no.
Okay.
Not like Biff,
Yeah.
like Back to the Future, which is not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, he was the linebackers coach, and Wooden was the director of player personnel. Taking over team
PPP.
playing without their fourth-year quarterback, Justin Herbert. Herbert, in his first year of 2020, was named Rookie of the Year and also Offensive Rookie of the Year. In 21, he passed Andrew Luck as having the most passing yardage ever by a quarterback in his first 2 seasons. Also passed Dan Marino for most touchdown passes by a quarterback in his first 2 seasons.
Pretty good company.
Yeah. July of
And
this
that-
year,
And then they put on the brakes.
well, in July of this year, he signed a 5-year contract extension, $262.5 million. At the time, was the highest paid NFL player or highest paid player in NFL history. Until Joe Burrow passed him 2 months later.
Do you think his finger surgery cost $265 million?
To the team, maybe, because Week 14 versus Denver, he broke his index finger on his throwing hand, out for the year.
That's this one.
In his place is Easton Stick.
Hockey players, you know this guy.
Would
Oh,
they?
I thought it was a.
Easton Stick is literally, Easton is manufactures hockey sticks.
Well, back
Well-
when I was a kid, it was an Easton baseball bat.
There you go.
So which is he?
Stick.
He's a stick.
Baseball bat.
He's making his second NFL career start. He went to North Dakota State. As a starter, he had a record of 49-3.
Who else went to North Dakota State?
Homer Frampton.
Damn it. Not Paxton Lynch. Who's the other guy? Right? Wasn't it Paxton Lynch?
Goff, maybe?
No. What was one of the Eagles quarterbacks? Where did Wentz go?
Carson Wentz, yeah.
Yeah.
That was him.
I remember Wentz, he was good.
Anyway,
I like it. I like it. I was waiting for Jim's reaction.
Stick's record of 49-3 is the most wins by a starting quarterback in NCAA Division I FCS history.
That's Division 1 AA for those who don't
Double A's
know.
not even
Double
here.
A's not here.
That's right. 1 AA. We only get one.
Stick was
We have
drafted.
none double A.
Stick was drafted by the Chargers in the 5th round of the 2019 draft. Prior to Herbert going down, he had only appeared in 1 regular season game, but he was perfect. He was 1 for 1 for 4 yards in 2020.
Sounds about right.
Elsewhere on the Chargers offense, let's talk about running back Austin Eckler.
Ooh, you mean the disappointment to fantasy owners around the
Big
world?
time. He was signed by the Chargers as an undrafted free agent in 2017. Became a full-time starter in 2019. Since 2019, Eckler has 354 receptions. That's being a running back. Most by any running back in that time period. Last year set the Chargers franchise record with 107 receptions. He's led the league in touchdowns the past few years, getting 20 in 21 and 18 last year. Now it's both rushing and receiving.
Right. Total touchdowns.
Mentioned being disappointment, the production has not been there this year. He has missed 3 games with a high ankle sprain. He has only 40 catches in 11 games played, and after rushing for over 900 yards the previous 2 years, he only has 506 so far, and only 6 total touchdowns.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is he bald or does he shave his head?
I don't know.
He just looks goofy. Go on. I don't do that to themselves, says a guy who used to have a perm mullet. Go on.
All right, Chargers will also be missing 5-time Pro Bowl receiver Keenan Allen, out for tonight's game with a heel injury. You know who will be playing for the Chargers tonight?
Easton Stick.
Easton Stick and University of Buffalo alum Khalil Mack.
Oh, that guy's okay. He's probably going to go to the Pro Bowl this year.
I would think so. He's
Yeah.
a 7-time Pro Bowl player, 4-time first-team All-Pro, 2016 Defensive Player of the Year. Still getting it done this year as he has 5 forced fumbles, is tied for third in the league with Trey Hendrickson of Cincinnati with 15 sacks.
He was a joy to watch. Like Tuesday night action, and like for UB. I mean, that guy was a game record. He set
That was
NCAA
so
records.
long ago.
It
Was.
It was.
But
yeah.
it was fun to watch.
It was awesome.
They were on the back TV here.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. Throw action on.
Mac, though, is about the only thing the Chargers defense has going for them. 29th in total D, 30th in passing D. Prone for giving up the big play as they have allowed 7 passes of 20 yards or more against them.
Isn't that odd for a coach who was
Made
had
his
a
bones
great
as being
defense
defense,
coordinator? Yeah.
In the whole 3 years he's been there, they never finished higher than 20th.
Yeah, they were at 29th, 30th, and 27th.
Rushing
Those
defense,
numbers aren't correct.
rushing defense is a little better at 18th, but over the last 6 games they have allowed an average of 146 yards against, which for that period of 6
weird.
games, that would be 31st in the league.
Yeah, not good.
They've allowed the second most touchdowns against.
So you're saying there's a worse team?
Could be.
If they're 31th, yeah.
Second most first downs against. To make matters worse, they're going to be without 4-time Pro Bowler Joey Bosa, who was placed on IR this past Thursday with a foot injury.
Back to the first down thing, quick. You know who the number 1 team in the NFL in first downs is?
Who would that be?
They're the Bills.
You should have mentioned that when you're talking about the Bills, then.
Well, no. Oh shit. I'm sorry.
Watch your language, Billy. We're on TV.
well, yeah. Good thing Aaron's not here. We're canceled. Go on, Jim.
Yeah.
Chargers 5-9, last in the AFC West. Host the Bills tonight, playing at home in LA. Not always a good thing for the Chargers. Since relocating from the longtime base in San Diego, the fan base did not carry over to them. The crowd is often outnumbered by visiting teams' fans. And at least 4 or 5 games this season, the Chargers at home on offense have had to go to a silent count due to crowd noise.
Oofa.
Looking at the all-time series between the Chargers and the Bills, the Chargers hold a 25-13-2 all-time lead.
Wow.
Both teams were original AFL teams and played each other at least twice in the first 7 years of their existence. The Bills did beat the Chargers in the AFL championship game 2 years in a row in 64 and 65.
That's right,
I
Jack
remember
Kemp.
that game. Those were the best games I've ever seen the Bills play.
Recently, though, the Bills won the last matchup 27-17 in November of 20.
Yep.
Prior to that, though, the Chargers had won the last 4 in a row and 19 the last 26. That's all I got on the Chargers.
Hey, Jimmer!
All right.
Wow.
Excuse
That
me.
is nuts.
Certainly.
I have a game. It's called First Down, Fourth Down.
Fire away.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
The Chargers have been to 1 Super Bowl. In which year was that Super Bowl?
Oh, 94?
Oh, my
Second
goodness.
down.
All right.
Second
Jimmer,
down.
you got it right, and I
Before
can
you leave.
barely read what he wrote.
It was in Miami. My sister lived down there. I went down there, and we did the whole NFL experience. We didn't go to
thing?
the actual game.
Gotcha.
I thought it said 74.
Don't worry about that. So second down, the quarterback for the Chargers in that game would have been
Stan Humphries.
the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Steve-O knows the nose.
To the Humpty Hump.
So third down, we'll go a little bit more towards the beginning.
More recent or previous?
Okay. The best player possibly in Chargers history is wide receiver Lance.
Lance Allworth. Bambi.
He's good. It literally says Bambi in quotes. It does say Bambi in quotes. That's his nickname.
He's not here.
Fourth down.
Okay.
That
Can
was
you?
for the holiday, right?
Yeah.
Bambi.
Yep. It's not a holiday movie. It's a horror movie.
Well, it's a
Can you name me
reindeer.
the name of the Chargers fight song pre-moving to L.A.?
Freebird? No, I don't know.
San Diego
Supercharged? There you
Superchargers. Good enough. I mean, getting Bambi right off the bat without even having to ask what his nickname was, you deserve first down.
bad.
All right.
Good job, James.
bad.
First
All
down.
right.
Thank you.
First down for Jimmer. All right, Double A, it's your turn. Well, that was quick. Aaron is enjoying family time in Seattle. If you are watching, Aaron, we farted in your seat. Just so you know.
Stinks.
It was an FU moment. FU moment brought to you by Crino Music. At Crino Music, we know music. 811 Central Avenue. 366-4800. It's a fart you moment. Fart you. That's pretty good. Steve-O, what's the score of the game before you walked in? Do you know?
24-8.
8? They went for 2?
I might.
All right. Well, since we got no Aaron, and we asked Dave to chip in for Aaron, and he says, I can't get out of my bubble because you heard the people swearing at each other. So we're going to skip Aaron. Aaron, Merry Christmas. We miss you.
Man, I'm so glad that calmed down.
That was aggressive.
I didn't know what was going on.
Me neither, but I guess it's time for
Just
quick
adds a little
picks.
excitement.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for quick picks.
Can I say that I was the closest last week to the Bills game? We almost won by $1 billion.
Perfect.
Pretty close.
What's up, man?
Hello, hello.
Get that guy some crutches.
Yeah, I got a freaking.
And a new sweatshirt.
No, no, the sweatshirt's fine. We need Pittsburgh. Good job. We like it.
All right, we'll take that. Never mind.
All right. Cincinnati at the Steelers. James, take it away.
Well, with the Steelers, Kenny Pickett hurt. Mitch Trubisky benched. So far this year, the season, the Steelers didn't let poor Mason Rudolph start any football games.
That's why you wanted me to start off with the game in progress.
And then on this drizzly Christmas Eve, head coach Mike Tomlin said, Mason Rudolph, with your arm so right, won't you guide the Steelers sleigh tonight? Then all the Steelers loved him. And they shouted out with glee. It was on his first pass. He threw for an 86-yard touchdown pass, and they were up 24-zip then.
Yeah! Hey, okay.
Sounds like they're winning, so I'll take that.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Well, we'll see, but yeah. Okay.
And what a story, Jimmer.
In the holiday spirit. You know.
Fantastic. Oh, all right, before we go on with the rest of these picks, I mentioned Home Alone earlier. And I think we've done this every year, but we're too drunk to remember. Favorite holiday movie, not including Die Hard.
Ooh.
It's got to be, I know, it's got to be
Which holiday?
Christmas.
Oh,
It's your favorite Easter movie, Ben-Hur? I mean, what the hell? Favorite movie holiday, Die Hard notwithstanding.
Go with the classic, Christmas Story.
Christmas Story? Okay.
I'm with Jimmer.
Christmas Story. Wow.
I have to watch it at least 15 times every Christmas.
But that's
Put
only
it
because
on, just
Run
put
a
it on the
loop.
TV,
Yeah.
let it go.
it's only because we can't say Die Hard.
I love a Christmas Story. I like the classics. I like Elf. It's fun. Like, I watch it every year. But I don't know, man. Home Alone, I mentioned it earlier. It just gets me every time. It's just a great.
That's fine.
There's a lot of flaws in it, but I don't care. And by the way, how rich is that family?
They got to be loaded.
That house, the first class flights with 11 kids. I mean,
Taking them all to Paris.
yeah, what the hell?
Did you hear they wouldn't have Macaulay Culkin on Home Alone 3?
Oh, okay.
Because he's too old. And never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
I didn't think this through.
You're being serious. Okay, I was waiting for
It got, yeah.
So, with Die Hard withstanding, I will say Die Hard. Die Hard. Christmas Story still? Fair enough. 2-1. Washington at the Jets, James.
Jets given 3, whoever I am. Something's got to give because Washington is 0-4 against the spread their past 4 games. Jets 1-6 against the spread their past 7. Start the Trevor Siemian area. Going
Boy.
Jets.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. Whatever Jimmer said.
Got to go with Jim on this one. Now what might be a good game? Detroit at Minnesota.
Minnesota is getting 3. Detroit clinches a playoff spot and the NFC North with a win.
Whoa.
Minnesota has covered 5 straight as an underdog, but I'm still going Detroit.
I'm going to go to Detroit. Man,
Got to lose your mind.
what do you think of them?
Detroit? They're that team that is good, but I'm not convinced they're
No,
really good.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you know, like,
that's
that's-
exactly how
Yeah.
they're going to win, but okay.
Minnesota blew it against Cincinnati last week. Mullins in relief of everybody, basically, for the Minnesota quarterbacks. The guy's never afraid to
Oh,
sling it.
never mind. We should go with him. Nicholas.
Ah! All right, I'll go with whatever you said. Cleveland at the Texans. Bills fans rooting for Houston in this one.
Houston is getting 2.5.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud is out.
Yeah.
Case Keenum is starting again. Cleveland has won 5 times this season with a game-winning drive in the final 2 minutes. Houston is 4-1 straight up this season versus teams with a winning record, but I'm going Cleveland.
I don't know. I hate both these teams,
Yep.
and I want them both to lose.
Agreeable.
So I'm going to pick a tie.
There
Okay.
you go.
I think Cleveland will win, but I think it'll be much like the last two games the last games that each team has played, close down to the wire. The Flacco Magic, he threw 3 picks and they came back and won
still
last
won.
week.
Yeah.
The Texans in Nashville had a crazy game there. I mean, I got to go with Josh on this one.
A tie.
Green Bay at Carolina. Oofa.
Carolina's getting 4. Green Bay is 1-6 against the spread. They're past 7 as a road favorite, but they're playing Carolina. Green Bay.
Yeah, I guess Carolina sucks, but they're going to lose by 1 point.
Okay. I'll go with Josh on that one, too.
Billy, quit taking my picks.
Yeah, well, that's easy. To back that game up, Indy at Atlanta. Atlanta blowing the game in the rain at Carolina last week. And if you're a Bills fan, you're obviously rooting for Carolina. Did you know the head coach's father is the owner of FedEx? In
Arthur
Atlanta?
Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, did not know that.
Yep. What? Yeah, we want Atlanta to win. But the Atlanta head coach, his father owns FedEx. He's got it rough, man.
But
I bet he's busy this time of year.
Santa?
No, FedEx.
Oh, okay.
Atlanta's giving 2.5. Atlanta has only allowed 5 rushing touchdowns this year, all of them by quarterbacks.
That's a
bizarre.
stat of the year kind of thing. That's crazy.
5 different quarterbacks?
That I don't know.
Or maybe it's all just one quarterback.
Josh Allen. Yeah. Oh, my.
Indy has 19 straight games with the takeaway, longest streak in the NFL.
Yep.
Sorry, but I gotta go Indy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They've also won, is it 7th straight?
I think 4 of the last 5 or something like that.
I heard this morning they have a solid win streak together. I mean, okay, whatever. Go Atlanta, but probably the Colts.
Yeah.
Do I have this right? Seattle at Tennessee?
Yes, you do.
All right, Seattle at Tennessee.
Tennessee is getting 3.5. Will Levis questionable at quarterback. If he can't go, it's back to Ryan Tannehill. Last week versus Houston, Tennessee running back Derrick Henry, worst game of his career.
Yeah.
16 carries, 9 yards.
Wow.
Titans 1-4 against the spread, past 4 games. As an underdog, I'm going Seattle.
Keeping the Drew Lock magic alive. That game Monday night at the end was phenomenal. The game-winning drive against Philly.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'm going to go with Tennessee because they win these stupid games that they're not supposed to win.
Yep. I got to go with Josh on that one. Jags at Buccaneers.
Buccaneers getting 1. Trevor Lawrence, concussion protocol, but it's trending towards playing. It's still going to be a game-time decision. Jaguars currently on a 3-game losing streak. Tampa Bay currently on a 3-game winning streak. However, Tampa Bay 0-6 straight up this season versus teams with the winning record. This one, tough. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go with Tampa Bay because they're at home.
Yep. Santa?
So you're saying it's still a Buccaneer.
Yeah, that's what it costs.
1.
All right, I'm going to go with Tampa.
I'm going to go with the hot team. And Jacksonville doesn't really look as edgy as they did early in the year.
When they already peaked and
Yeah, I think they're in the
Playoffs.
injuries mounting up kind of thing. They're just not there. I'm going to go Tampa at home. Good for Baker Mayfield. Starting the 4 o'clock slot tomorrow. Here's where it gets interesting. Arizona at Chicago.
Chicago is giving 4. Chicago, believe it or not, is mathematically alive for the playoffs. If they win this game, their playoff chances rise to 1%.
Oh, my gosh. They need help.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
And there's a chance, and I'm saying they take it.
Okay, Chicago.
I'm in. Go Chicago.
Bears. Murray has been good since he's been healthy, but the Bears. They're an easy team to root for. The other 4:30 game tomorrow, which has no bearing. What's Dallas at Miami?
Miami's giving 1.5, matchup of the 2 highest scoring teams in the league. The difference, Miami is 8-2 against the spread this season as a favorite. Dallas 0-3 against the spread as a road underdog. I'm going Miami.
Oh, man, I don't know what to think after we just
Annihilated
beat
them.
the crap out of
We also beat
those
the crap out of
Cowboys.
Miami.
I know.
Yeah.
So this should be a tie.
Okay.
No, not really.
Second. No, I was going to say, wow, second time.
I'm going to pick Cowboys by 3.
Sorry, Dad. Cowboys by 1. Just because we need it. Never pick with emotion. Always pick with emotion. The Sunday night game, New England at Denver.
I usually pick with my finger.
Yep.
Denver is giving 7. NFL Network billing this game as the Christmas Classic. Seriously?
What?
All right. Denver has won their last 4 home games. New England 1-4 against the spread. Their past 5 road. So give me Denver.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, it's the Christmas Classic. Who cares?
Denver by 1. Actually, New England by 1.
All right,
Screw
I'll
it.
take what Billy said.
There, you cheater. Christmas Day, right?
Yes.
Vegas at Chiefs.
Chiefs giving 10.5 with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Kansas City has beaten the Raiders 10 of their last 11 times they played. All but 3 of those games decided by 14 points or more. Got to go KC.
KC, but I bet it's close. For some reason, the
these-
Raiders always playing well.
And
you
even if
know?
they get blown out, even like
Like,
Jim said,
they'll-
yeah, that's a wacky
8 of the last
game.
11 by 14 points or more.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a wacky game, even if it's a blowout. I guess is what we're
That's
saying.
not playing close.
Maybe there'll be a good fight. We'll see.
No, I guess the point is that it's a wacky game, whether it's close or not. It's always strange.
We'll go with the wackiness.
Christmas oddity. I will also go with Kansas City. Ugh. Giants at Philly.
Our biggest spread of the day, Philly giving 13.5. Giants 0-5 outright and 1-4 against the spread versus teams with a winning record. Philly.
Yeah.
It's got to be a get-right game for Philly. They have not looked, even against the
No, they
Bills, it
haven't
was a
the
great
past
game.
3 or so.
Right, they just haven't looked right, but it's got to be a good get-right game for them. Philly by 3.5.
I'm rooting for the Giants.
Sure.
It's going to be fun to see Dable be like, I was the worst coach earlier in the year, and now I'm the
Now the
best.
best. Yeah. They did get blown up by New Orleans last week, too. And, yeah, you got Johnny Cutlets or whatever the hell his name is. Nobody cares. What we do care about, though, is the Monday night game on Christmas night. Baltimore at San Fran, the 2 best teams in the NFL,
Right
pretty
now,
much
yep.
on paper.
Record-wise.
Yeah.
San Fran is giving 6. Christian McCaffrey, 3rd in the league with 13 rushing TDs for San Fran. Baltimore's D has not allowed a rushing TD in their past 4 games. Either way, I'm still going to go with San Fran.
I think San Fran cannot win this game. I'm going to go with Baltimore.
Whoa.
I haven't seen Baltimore play all year.
No, yeah.
But their record's good.
Yep.
I've seen San Fran play. Man, are they good.
Oh, yeah.
But just for fun, I'm going to pick Baltimore by
$1 billion.
a half a point.
Perfect. I did 3.5 on the last game. Looking at it, it's interesting because Baltimore got all bent out of shape because they're the underdog.
Underdog.
You're on the road
They were
against the other conference's best team. That's fine. You can be the underdog. That being said, Christian McCaffrey is the NFL MVP, also surrounded by Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and Purdy on offense, who is going to have the most efficient season in NFL history.
Until he faces Baltimore.
Well, we'll find out Tuesday morning.
Well, Monday night.
Monday night.
Niners by 10. I don't know. I'm just taking the hot hand there. They're both hot hands. Hot hands.
Mine are getting chilly.
It's not that bad.
You're right.
Okay. Cool. There's a game tonight. Bills at Bolts.
Bolts are getting 12.5.
Wow. That's the second biggest spread of the week then.
Yes.
Oh.
Now, teams usually get a little bump with getting with the new coach next game. That'll probably last like about 2 plays in this game. Chargers 0-3 against the spread as a home underdog. Overall, 0-5 against the spread as an underdog. 0-5 outright and against the spread versus teams with a winning record. Bills have no business losing this game. I'm going Buffalo big, 38-13.
Santa?
Well, you know what?
What?
We're going to slow down.
How
Bills
slow?
5, Chargers 0.
Whoa.
There has to be a safety, and I love it. The first quarter, I think, will be a little grueling.
Yep.
I think San Diego will be, whatever you want to call them. They'll be up for the
Angeles.
first quarter, backup quarterback making a second start, a
Everyone
linebacker
knew.
coach coaching the team. But I think the Bills have entered 2021 Bills area right now, which means get out of our way. we're going to be efficient and we're going to be really good. And injuries be damned, we're gonna make it
smack
work.
you in the face.
Yeah, we're just gonna do it. And I really feel like last year,
I hope so.
Like the Bills right now compared to the Bills this time last year, we'd only lost 2 games and blah 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 blah. 1 game maybe, I don't freaking care. That's the right time to push the buttons to get moving in the right direction. If the Bills win out, they have a 99% chance to make the playoffs. If the Bills win out,
So that other 1% is the Bears making the
There you go.
playoffs.
if the Bills win out and Miami loses one of their next 2 games, which happens to be against the Cowboys
And
the Ravens, if they lose one of those 2 games, the Bills win the next 2. That means Week 18 is for the division. And if you told me 3 weeks ago that we'd be playing Miami for the division, I'd say that's exactly what I expected. Screw up. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a happy Festivus.
For the rest of us.
Get the pole out of the crawl space.
Feats of strength.
Time for the feats of strength. Yes! I got a lot of problems, and you're going to hear about it.
The airing of grievances.
The man of justice be damned.
Oh, no!
Go back.